Hi, everybody. Welcome to Quarantine Cafe. We are here today with Rocky Sum, who is playing with his phone. I'm not sure if that came across. I loved it, though. It was great. Rocky's in Hong Kong. Hey, Rocky, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself before we listen to some of your music?
Sure. I'm Rocky. I run a label called Sweaty and Cram, but it's kind of defunct right now because of the whole work situation. I'm a reporter, so I've been kind of busy for the past year for various reasons. So I haven't been able to do as much labeling as before. But I also play in a band called Well Said, and I just put out a solo record on Bandcamp called Restless.
So, and you just put it out, right? Like over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I put it out on the second. It was my birthday. It's just a strange reason to be putting a record, but hey.
I don't know. I did the same thing. I dropped a record when I turned 30. Is it like a special age? How old are you? Like,
I'm 27.
27.
I don't know it. I don't think it's anything special. It's just I was working out with the labels that were putting out the record. I'm not putting it out on my own record label because I'm not a piece of shit. So I was working with a Taiwanese label called Petit Elf Records, PAR, and there's also a new label in Hong Kong called Pop Kids Punk.
Okay.
So they're like, so when you put it out? And I'm like, well, might as well put it out on my birthday then. There's nothing really special about the reason, you know.
I don't know. I mean, 27 is the year that all the rock stars died, right? So it could be like a...
Yeah, I don't plan on that. I'm not a rock star, really.
Good to know. So we're going to listen to some music by Rocky Sum, who is not a rock star. And then we'll be back to Taco. Yeah, not a rock star. We'll be back to talk a little bit in a minute.
Hi guys, this is Rocky from Hong Kong. Shout out to Callum for getting me to do a session for Quarantine Cafe. I think it's a really good idea because we all need something to keep us, busy and grounded during these crazy times. But as you can see, this is not what I would normally do. Got a mic in a jar, which I think is very a true sign of our times, really. We're kind of desperate, but we're also trying to make the best out of this. So here we go.
And we're back with Rocky Sum. So Rocky, you want to tell us a little bit about what we were just listening to? Like, when did you write that music? Is that stuff on your new record, or?
Since early this year, I've been working on a new batch of songs with Tommy Chan, who plays in Stranded Well, but the band has since dissolved. Anyways, his studio is like 2 minutes away from my practice space, so naturally it was quite logical for me to work with him. He's also a great guy. So what you've just heard would be some new songs I wrote at the start of this year.
Cool. Oh man, at the start of this year, so like in the last couple months.
Yeah, because I just had like a writing spree, kind of.
Yeah.
Like I just wrote a bunch of songs, and they were all too wimpy for my band. Well said. So I'm just like, well, fuck it, they're solos then.
Yeah, well said is like pretty like, I don't know, it's like a punk band, right?
It's more emo and mathy and post-hardcore-y. So naturally, if I present them a song that's too wimpy, they'd be like, nah, fuck that. Nah. It's mostly, I kind of make the call. It's like, this is too wimpy. That's not what well said. And if I write like a really like hard riff, I'm like, yeah, that's a well said song there.
Yeah. So it's, you get to make the calls. It's not like Dixon. Dixon isn't telling you what to do, or.
Oh no! Like on every 5 times, there's one time I would present them a song, and they'd be like, you can feel that they're like, fuck, no, that's not this one. And they're just like, fine, I'll just play it on my own then, pieces of shit. Which is quite funny because all of them I wrote all the songs anyway. It's like, well, sometimes I just don't get why they don't like some of them, but then I'm like, well, I can recycle them, sort of, So this solo project has been a way for me to not only, as a venture of my own and to work out like some of my new or more personal stuff, but also like a testing ground for me to test out different songwriting stuff and, just do more of the music, because obviously when I'm in the band I would be doing just some of it, but on the solo stuff I'll be handling the whole of it, and I get to more like a say in terms of how like I want this to sound. I can have my friends over and I can tell them exactly what I was looking for, so it's more like I'm also like producing apart from just playing the music.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to record a solo record, but it's proven a little bit harder than before because it's less easy to get all your friends into a room and work out the parts. But if all this blows over one day, maybe we'll see the light of day, this project and these songs that I've been playing. Alright.
Man
yourself into order. Have you found just what you're after? I hope it will be nice. I hope it keeps you comforted at night. Wouldn't that be right? Wouldn't that be What do you have to offer for a taste of forever? Clasp your hands together and feel the beat of another. What do you have to offer for a taste of forever? Clasp your hands together and feel the beat of another. All right.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about like your day job? I would imagine being a reporter in Hong Kong is like really interesting in the last like year, you know.
Well, after running away from things getting shot at us, intentionally or not, for
I shouldn't laugh at that, but like
most of the year. No, it's not. Well, I can laugh about it now, but it was not funny because it's pretty. Nobody was trained for this shit,
Yeah.
Like we were just regular reporters going to press conferences, and then the next day you're like, "Hey, here's a helmet. Here's a gas mask. Now run away from projectiles and bricks and Molotov cocktails and whatever happens to be flying at you."
Yeah.
And so that was quite an experience, and I thought we would have some sort of break, just not that it's just I was expecting because the movement was sort of dragging on.
Yep.
And would expect it to easier off or something like that. And then the virus came, and I was involved in also reporting on that because I had a public health undergraduate degree, so it made sense, and it also interested me to cover the virus and how it spread in Hong Kong. So it's kind of like a marathon in a way. It's just really so crunching. Like there's so much can fall on, and you can so you can imagine it's just like so there was this guy in the US who made like a ball made of hay and all that crap, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Like it just keeps adding to it, and it's just kind of like how my life has become in the past year. It's just so much things,
Yeah, it's like
so intertwined.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like Katamari or something. Did you ever play that video game where you roll the ball?
Oh yeah, yeah. It kind of feels like that because the one has to understand that the virus is not just a medical issue; it's also socio-political issues.
Yeah,
it has to do with traffic. It has to do with globalization. So it's like a very it's never just about people getting sick. It's about why people are getting sick and how are they getting sick and how it's treating them and the response to that. It's very political, very has so many dimensions. So
and the economics
never. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and we are only seeing the tip of what this could do to the global economy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of there's no better time to be a reporter but then there are better time to be a person.
I like that.
Yeah.
No better time
Yeah.
to be a reporter, but better times to be a person.
Yeah, definitely.
Words of wisdom from Rocky Sum.
Oh man, I can.
So what's
It's like
yeah?
Go on.
I was gonna say what's going on in Hong Kong now. Like I had Xing Wu on last week, and she was saying that they hadn't even closed down the bars yet, which kind of blew my mind. But they've kind of
the
quarantined
bars
now,
have since been closed. That's
Yeah.
the funny thing. So the first thing was that they banned alcohol sale at restaurants and bars which had a liquor license, right? And then people are like, well, but they can still go there to drink coffee and stuff, you know? Like, it's not
Yeah.
like people only go to places to congregate to drink. And then the administration suddenly realized what a silly mistake they've made. And they're like, well, we're just outright going to ban everybody who gathers more than four person in public, you know?
Yeah.
So my band gets away with it because we have 4 people.
Yeah. So you guys can still practice because you.
Oh yeah, no, we can still go out and eat, you know.
Wow,
But
you can still go out and eat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, which is like, that's the thing. Hong Kong is like so adaptive. Like Hong Kong is like the most adaptive bunch, I would say. You know, because we're back then when we had the protests, people were like, "Oh, there's going to be protests in this district, so let's just not go there and go here," which is fine. And then now with the virus, like, well, I guess I can still eat out so long as we sit 1.5 meters across, you know.
Yeah.
But we like collectively though, it's just we're eating ourselves, you know. Like it's not like if you're 1 meter apart, you're fine. It's just and the administration had the audacity to admit that none of this stuff is scientific. It's just why not, you know?
Yeah.
Because they were asked why 4 person, why 1.5 meters, and they were like, well, there's no science behind this. So it's really strange because Hong Kong is not as paralyzed as many places are.
Yeah, I mean, well, here, like, we're pretty quarantined here.
Yeah, but in Hong Kong, it's kind of like you're still trying to squeeze some sort of life out of this stuff, which is very Hong Kong, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I'm curious, because you said that they banned liquor sales, like, was it just at bars? Like, could you still go buy booze at, like, Welcome or, like, 7-Eleven?
Oh, no. Club 7 is business as usual.
Yeah, okay.
Actually,
so you can
a restaurant...
the street.
If a restaurant has, like, a liquor... Because the liquor ban was proposed, but it was never actually put into place.
Got it.
It was transformed to a ban on public gathering and some restriction on seating and attendance in the restaurant. So restaurant can still sell you liquor and drinks, but it can only take in half as many people as it normally does, which is crazy because how would you define that? You know, a restaurant can be like, well, we normally take in 200 in this place, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. So I don't know. It's just crazy, but Hong Kong is still drinking, and you know, nothing is going to stop us from drinking.
Good to know.
It's crazy.
In case you're wondering, I'm running my guitar into an M sim. Bought that sometime late last year, and I was going to do some home recording for it. And it's proven to be a lot more useful than I thought it'd be, given the situation. So yeah. So wherever you're watching this from, you know, do not go out unless it's absolutely necessary. I work as a reporter in my daytime, so it's sometimes a bit annoyed to see that, you know, people running about outside. I mean, so many people do. And to be responsible, I think we should all try to stay home a little bit more, although it's very, very boring, I know. I worked from home a few days the other day because I didn't have any assignments outside. So, and I almost bored to death. True story. All right. Gonna play a song from my band, Well Said. It's called Seven Winds. Rusty on that one. Okay, I think I've got one more for you to cap this off nicely to 20 minutes. Again, thank you for Callum for doing this. Obviously a lot of, bigger channels and more well-known outlets are doing this as well, but thank you for Callum for putting this together and trying to me and him worked in Hong Kong together on a couple releases of his comic books and stuff, so I do miss you, Callum, and the town has been less fun since you've been away. So last one goes out to Callum, I hope, and everybody watching this, and I hope you guys stay safe. It's called Stay Positive.
So, is there anything that you want to say to the audience of Quarantine Cafe?
Well, again, shout out to Callum for doing this because God knows we need a lot of content these days to just keep our spirits up. It's insane. So wherever you are, like hopefully you're staying healthy, and I hope that your government is doing enough to clean this thing. Do you have any record out on Bandcamp? Just search for Restless, LOK Lock. I think you'll find it on Bandcamp, and it's also on Spotify. So that's just what I've been up to. And yeah, just stay healthy, man. Don't get sick.
Cool. That was Rocky Sum of Well Said and Sweaty and Cramped. And thank you so much. And thanks everybody for tuning into Quarantine Cafe. I am your host, Callum. That was Rocky. You guys are awesome. We love you.
Hey, in case you didn't notice, completely botched the last two songs. I honestly haven't played them for a while, but it's been fun. So hope you guys are healthy, and we'll meet again when this virus is rightfully fucked off. And shout out to Callum again and Quarantine Cafe, and I hope one day it'll just be a cafe and there wouldn't be any quarantine. Alright, see ya.